live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching this on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Stressful game. But hey, I'll take a win regardless, whether you win by 1 or you win by 100. Either way, a win is a win. And I'm glad we were able to get the win because we needed this, right? We were 4-4. Go on a 4-game win streak. Hopefully that continues. Like I said, I want to see the Lakers end up being 10-4 going into that Magic game, right? Lakers have a real chance at being 10-4 going into that Orlando game, and we really need to see that happen. But again, this was stressful, definitely a stressful game, but I'll take stress in a win than stress in a loss, right? It's a nice all-around game. Anthony Davis continuing to play at an MVP level. The guy is and should be, if he continues to play this way, should be the MVP this season. Also, I mean, even defense player of the year, especially if the Lakers can be like a top 4 seed or something like that, even like the 5th seed. But you got to keep building that momentum. You got to keep riding this momentum. Now, LeBron had a triple-double, right? Great triple-double, 4 in a row. Love to see it. He's still breaking records even at this age. However, we really could have used LeBron being more aggressive, particularly down the stretch. And then just the careless passes, man. Got to take care of the basketball, right? Yeah, I mean, this is a game where, if you take that L, you look back and you go, man, LeBron, right? Like, again, loved what he did, but you got to stop leaving his feet, right? Like some of the lazy passes, some of the careless passes, 7 turnovers is not great. He's trying to go for a quadruple double. But nonetheless, right? Triple double gave you some nice stats. To kind of go through the stats while we're here. LeBron, 6-12, 1 of 4 from 3, 2 of 4 from the foul line. When he missed those 2 free throws earlier, I was like, dude, come on, please. We missed like 3 out of 4 free throws in a stretch. 16 rebounds is ridiculous, 12 assists. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the 7 turnovers, though. 15 points. I would have liked to see him be a little more aggressive. Again, he's not above criticism, right? Like, but he's got to be better in those spots. But nonetheless, he was great. Dalton Connect, he was 6 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3. Gave you 3 rebounds, 14 points. You love to see it. He showed up. Anthony Davis was a monster, 14 of 26 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3-point range, hit 2 huge threes. I didn't like that last one, if I'm being honest, at all. I thought that wasn't a great shot selection. I also felt like it was a lot deeper than it needed to be. But outside of that, 12 rebounds, 40 points, 1 steal, 2 blocks. The guy did everything out there. Austin Reeves, 6-12, 5 of 9 from 3. He hit some huge shots, 6 assists, 19 points. D'Angelo Russell, 5 of 11, 2 of 3 from 3-point range, 6 assists, 3 steals, too. He had that great defensive play on, who was it? Was Wemby? I think it was Wemby. 13 points, right? And then Max Christie, man. This is why I've preached and talked over and over and over and over again. You got to stick to the young man. You got to keep giving it to him. Right? I'd rather see him than Gabe Vincent. I made an entire video breaking down Gabe Vincent and Max Christie over on AIS The Lakers Show. and I've even talked about it here, right? I've talked about it heavily here in live streams and videos, all that stuff. Max Christie he does the dirty work, right? He's better defensively than Gabe Vincent. He had some great defensive stances against Wemby, right? Like, and then just completely fronted him, was able to get the ball. Talk about a guy that's 7'4", 8-foot wingspan. But it was also the offense. You saw him hitting in confidence, shooting with some confidence. He had some nice plays, even down the stretch where, who was it? Reeves, I think, hit the 3 that like regained us the lead. Excellent decision-making by Max Christie because he was at the rim. He could have easily just tried to like power through it, but to kick it out, get the swing pass, get the open look. I loved it. I loved how Max Christie played this game. And look, I've said it. I've said it about him. I've said it about Dalton Connect. They're young, right? They're going to have bad games. They're going to have bad stretches. They're also going to have some very good stretches. they're also going to have some very good games. They're also going to have some very impactful games. And this was one of those games that Max Christie was impactful in. And credit Max Christie for actually, being out of the rotation for 3 games, stepping in and playing a big role, right? I loved what we saw from Max Christie this game. He was playing with confidence, getting after it, right? You got to stick with the young guys. I'd rather see him than Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent's given us nothing. I'm glad he hit a 3 finally, right? He was 50% from 3-point range, 2 of 4 overall from the floor. But it's just, you just watch Gabe Vincent out there, and it's just like, again, I don't know. Call me crazy, but I'd rather see Max Christie continue to play, continue to instill confidence, continue to trust in the young guy, continue to allow him to work through his hiccups. He's going to have other bad games. He's going to have great games, right? He's going to have a game where he goes and gives you 20, right? But you got to stick with the young guys. You got to be willing to let these guys start. But anyway, beyond that, great team effort, great team win. Defensively, I still have a ton of concerns, right? This team defensively, just it's rough. I believe we can score with the best of them. I think we are an excellent offensive team. Again, top 5 offense in the league. And I don't think that that's going to change. But defensively, man, we got to do a better job on the defensive side. We got to do a better job of handling business on the defensive end. But nonetheless, again, great team win, great overall win, and got to keep going, right? I want to see these next 2 games be W's. You're undefeated in the in-season tournament, and that's your second road game. Great. Need to win on the road. But got to go finish these last 2 games, get to 10-4, going into that tough stretch to kind of close the month, right? And I think we'll be in really good shape. I'm really excited and looking forward to it. But let's get into the chat here. Get all your super chats, all your regular chats. Also, real quick, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me, and let's get into it. So here we go. Speed 8-4. Gotta love it. Like I said, I wanted to get to 10-4 before that Orlando game. Let's do it. We're right there. 2 more wins. Let's get it. Anthony. As it stands, were you watching the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight as well? Who win? I know I was. To be honest, I don't really care. I'll probably catch the highlights or whatever. I know it's on like Netflix, but no, I was like dead focused into that Laker game, and then now we're doing the live stream. I think doesn't it start at 9? Like, I know that there's all the preliminary fights and whatnot. Maybe if I have some time, but it's not something to me, it's all just a gimmick. I love Mike Tyson, especially prime Mike Tyson, right? Like, I'm old enough to have experienced some of the heyday. But it's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Like, personally, a lot of people really like it. Jake Paul, I give him credit. The dude's making insane money. He's really found a niche in which he is just blowing up. And I'm never going to knock somebody and their success, like, keep going, like, people keep buying into it, keep going. But, look, it's not my cup of tea. I love boxing, MMA, love it. But to actually watch like that, if I have some time, maybe I'll check it out. But let's go, baby. Man, can we stop having this insane close games? My heart can't take it. Yeah, seriously. But let's go. Shout out to the Beast and AD and MVP. AD carried us the whole game. And hey, Wemby suck. Yeah, thanks. Man, I mean, look, I'm not big on the close games either. But one, it's good that they're showing that they can win tight games. They can win and close out games, right? Because that previous years past, that's been a bit of an issue for the Lakers. So the fact that they've been able to really kind of close and win these tight games, it wasn't a great start, but to battle into it, I didn't like that we got it. Like, what was our biggest lead? I think it was like 11 at one point. But basketball's a game of runs. It's how it works, how it goes. As long as you're closing out, winning. I would like a couple just nice coasting wins, a couple nice wins where we don't got to stress it, to add a couple years to my life rather than take them off. AD MVP, without a doubt. If he keeps playing the way he's been playing, he's got to be the MVP. We always win. I love it. Max in the starting 5. Personally, not yet. I still like Cam Reddish there. I know he doesn't really give you much offensively, but defensively, I really like his length and his versatility. They also called a couple early tic-tac fouls that I just wasn't a fan of. That kind of got him out of whack. Um, but look, if Max Christie can get consistent and find a level of consistency, then I don't hate it, right? I talked about it to start before the season even started that I could see at some point Max Christie moving in the starting unit because of his defense. If he can get and be consistent as a 3-and-D guy, right? We can't forget the other games, right? Like we can't pretend like the other games haven't happened yet. Um, but if this, hopefully, this is the beginning of him finding some comfort. He's still going to, again, have bad games. It's part of it. The problem is we didn't get through this figure it out year. Right? We didn't get that figure it out year from Max Christie because Darvin Ham just never played him. Or if he did, he played him in spots or in garbage time and stuff like that. Right? This is his first real opportunity. It's why I keep defending Max Christie. You got to let the kid get through his hurdles. You got to instill the confidence in him. You know, if he goes on a bad stretch and you just yank him, right? And it's like if Gabe Vincent was playing great, then sure, it's justifiable. But he's not. Gabe Vincent has been terrible. And it's like, dude, Christie in this game alone has been better than all of Gabe Vincent's games combined. Literally. Like in the first 4 minutes of this game with Max Christie, he did more he had like 3 rebounds. He had a 3, had 2 great defensive stances, right? Gabe Vincent has a worse defensive rating than D'Angelo Russell right now. Literally, a worse defensive rating than D'Angelo Russell. And he's been statistically the worst NBA player in the league. Like, but 10.5 heart attacks, and I got the over. Nice. Good hit. Francisco, gotta love it. Dalton, rookie of the year. I've seen enough. Yeah, I mean, look, he's definitely, if he can keep this up, he can maintain it. He's definitely got some competition. Stephon Castle's been really good this year, too, as you saw in this game. What do you have in this game? I felt like he was torching us. He had stretches where he was it was rough. He was 7-12, 3 of 4 from 3. He had 22 points, 5 assists. So he's definitely making a push. Zach Edey definitely making a push, right? There's a couple guys that have really been making a push, but Dalton Knecht, if he can stay consistent and find that level of consistency, then yes. I'm right there with you. And you got to remember the Laker bump, right? Him being a Laker gives him that little bump. A good way to humble Wemby and the Spurs after taking their 11-0 start. Yeah, it was like, man, this is not going well. For the Lakers to start as bad offensively and to still put up 120 is a great sign. That's why I've talked about offensively, I'm not worried about them. It's just defense. Can they stop these teams? Max was ready, which you got to give Max a lot of credit. He really was. Max stayed ready, played a really good game. AD MVP him already, FX MVP AD, yep. And shout out Max, he's been getting bashed, and rightfully so. He's been bad, but he blacked out the noise and really stepped up. Yep. But that's why, he's young. He's 21 years old. He's 21 years old. He's younger than our draft pick. He's younger than Dalton Knecht. Like, he's going to have bad games. Like, he's not going to come in and be a superstar every night, right? Like, but if he can continue to just do the dirty work, rebound, defend, and hit shots, right? Like, he's going to have those good games, right? He'll have a game. Talked about it. He'll have a game where he goes and gives you 20 or 18 or something like that. He's going to have a game where he probably gives you 2 and he's like 0 of 6, right? Like, but that's part of the trial and error. You got to let these guys play. They've done it with Knecht, right? They've done it. They've allowed Knecht to kind of go through his hurdles, go through his hiccups. You got to let Max Christie have the same kind of leeway, same kind of rope. The Spurs make me so mad, and man, I'm so happy we stuck it to him. I feel it. Tough win. Everybody stepped in tonight. Timely timeouts by JJ Redick once again. Yeah, JJ Redick had a couple great timeouts. Great. Even that lose it, use it or lose it timeout, I thought was just perfectly timed. I do. I really like the out of timeout play calling, stuff like that. Nice play in the last minute. Yeah, that was a game. And I'm glad that the Lakers were able to close it out and and get it done. So go. Dalton needs to start in the backcourt. I'm not there yet, personally. Right. I loved again what we saw today. He to his credit had some really nice defensive sequences this night. He had a couple, missed assignments, but he did have a couple nice defense assignments. Be patient. I'm not saying he won't be there at some point this season. He very well might be, but I don't want let these young guys kind of get the feel together. Look, if you want to start him over Rui, sure, but personally, I would still kind of stick to the script. Let Dalton Connect continue to get comfortable. Let him get his legs under him. And then once he starts really kind of figuring some stuff out here, because you got to remember, this is game 12, right? Let's see what he looks like game 20, 25. You can always make that change, make that adjustment if need be, or if a trade happens or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's great. Like his eye looks just insane, and he's playing through. You got to give him credit. Yeah, facts, absolute facts. Bro, I can't watch this team. I'm gonna die. I feel it. As long as we're winning, like I said, I will take a stressful win over a stressful loss. More nervous game of the season for me, Tyler. It was definitely up there. It was definitely up there. Jordan would never get 4 in a row at 40. Yeah, not wrong. LeBron 16 rebounds. Yeah, great rebounding. Tyler, I'm still nervous. The fact that we aren't giving up 160 points a game is all ADF. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Like I said, I really have concerns about just the defense. I really do. I wasn't a big Zach LaVine guy, but LeBron has took more of a backseat this year. So we need Zach LaVine to be more scoring punch. So LeBron can focus on being a point guard and crashing the glass. Yeah, I mean, look, I mentioned it earlier, right? We really needed him to be more aggressive this game. I loved that he went and got his triple-double, right? I loved it, right? I thought he was playing within the flow of the game. He was playing within the rhythm of the game. It was great to see. And then when we needed him to kind of, okay, time for me to assert myself, he just continued to just get lackluster. It's like he gassed himself out almost, right? And then you started seeing the lazy passes and bad decisions, and you're just like, come on, dude, we need you here, right? It's like if we would have lost this game, this is a game that you look at and you go, Braun, this had an opportunity to be the Phoenix Suns game all over again, where it was just like, man, if LeBron gave you 15, you win this game, right? That's kind of how it felt looking back, So I do, again, I like the idea of going and getting a guy like a Zach LaVine who can just give you that scoring punch on a nightly basis, even on a bad night. He's still going to give you 15 on 7 to 12 shooting. He's been rebounding excellent, right? Defensively, he's been very good this season, right? Everything that you want to see, he's been doing it. So personally, I am still really big on Zach LaVine. LeBron is the GOAT. I mean, look, I've talked about, I believe LeBron is the GOAT. My blood is still up. Yeah, facts. Back-to-back games, go Lakers. Yep. And I told y'all, Max clears Gabe. Yep. My God, LeBron, another triple-double. Yes. 4 in a row. 4 in a row. Alex, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Tyler? How's your Friday? It's good. It's going well. Lakers got the W, right? This would have been a very different live stream, a very different vibe if we would have lost this game. So I'm glad we were able to pull this out because we needed this. This was huge. Yeah. Now you can exhale. You take that breath. Take that breath, my guy. They should win tomorrow too. Let's win 5 in a row. Yeah, thanks. Got to get it. Let's get it. Davis clutched this game. He gets the MVP for this game. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I take it back. LeBron is not a good defender anymore. He had some good defense pieces. I like that he's been active defensively. Like I said, it's almost like he gassed himself out, right? It was rough. Does this signal come back for Christie? I hope so. I hope that this got him some confidence. I hope JJ continues to look to him and play him and allow him to kind of get into a rhythm a little bit here. Look, I've talked about it all season long. I have defended Max Christie on numerous occasions. It's not because I'm like, oh, Max Christie is, the second coming or anything like that, but it's just, again, he's 21 years old. He was already supposed to get over the figure it out season. He never got the figure it out season, right? Like, so now he's in the figure it out season, and everyone's like, he's trash. Like, it's like, no, he's trying to figure stuff out, right? Like, let him get himself, let's give him a fair opportunity. Let's evaluate him 20, 25 games in, right? And see where he's at, because, the next 10 games, he could be fantastic. And it's just like, see, there we go. Like, Mel, this was great. This was great to see. But I also don't want to jump too soon, right? Like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is it. Christie's here. I told y'all. Like, no, like, let's see how it continues to develop. Did you see his eye? He's fighter EFX. Let's make it happen. I'm with it. I'm not against it at all. We need to not win the cup if it's better if we lose, because we already won last year. We won a real trophy. Yeah, look, I've talked about this too. Like, I don't want the in-season tournament in place of a Larry O'Brien trophy, right? You can keep the Emirates Cup. I want Larry O'Brien, right? But, I mean, if you can win both, right? Like, luckily these games count. Right, the only game that doesn't count is the championship game. So luckily these games count, and the Lakers need a win. However, what I talked about in the offseason was I don't think the Lakers are going like last year. The Lakers, that was their goal, was to win it. LeBron badly wanted to win it. Why? Because he knows I only have so many years left, and I don't want there to be something that people go, oh, well, he never won that. Right? Well, guess what? LeBron won it, and he won the MVP, first ever MVP. Right? Like. This season, I don't think it's going to be a priority. I think they want to win it, right? I think if they can, they will, but I don't think it's a priority, right? Like if Anthony Davis needs the night off and it's an NBA Cup game, Anthony Davis is going to get the night off. Where last year he would have played, right? Like I think it depends on, kind of the circumstances. I don't think the Lakers are going to like, oh, hey, like we all got to play because we need to win this. I think if they can win it, they will. But I also think that, they're going to treat it like another game, right? Rather than like, no, we need to win this. Tyler, you spoke it into existence because he had a masterclass the night after you said it. Yep. Just noticing, paying attention. Max Christie is the eater for us, EFX. Gabe played it. Gabe was decent tonight. I still would like, even if Gabe Vincent plays like this the rest of the season, I still like if it's Gabe Vincent or Max Christie, you got to go with Max Christie. We should go all in. We should go in on all picks. Davis and Braun are having a great season. Our best shot is now F the picks. I mean, look, Rob Pelinka himself has said he will. Rob Pelinka even said, I'll trade a first for a marginal move. He didn't say it had to be a star or an all-star or a superstar or anything. He said, I will make a trade and trade a first for a marginal move. There's just no one's in the trade business right now, right? Like no one's in a rush to trade. No one's in a rush to help the Lakers. And top of that, it's like all the asking prices are insane, right? Lakers need more than just one piece, right? Like if we were a Jeremy Grant away from winning a championship, right? Go trade for Jeremy Grant right now. But we're not. We need Jeremy Grant and, Bruce Brown or something like that. Or him and a Walker Kessler, right? Like we need multiple pieces. And so the Lakers have to continue to remain patient, right? Because again, Lakers right now could get Walker Kessler. Jalen Trevino 2 first. That's what the Utah Jazz want. You want Walker Kessler? He's yours for Jalen Trevino and Walker Kessler. If you want us to take D'Lo, you have to take Jordan Clarkson. But we want both first. It's not worth both first, right? Jordan Clarkson and Walker Kessler do not make the Lakers a championship contender. It makes us better, but not a championship contender, right? You have to stay the course. As frustrating as it is, you have to stay the course. As soon as Braun got his triple-double, he stopped trying. Yeah, seriously, that's what it felt like. It really did. Like I said, I don't know if he just gassed himself out or what, but man, look, I've been big. I even made a video on this channel about you got to get Quincy some minutes. Let's see what Quincy can do. Give him a shot. I love it. You don't understand the brain damage Jake Paul is going to take today. Man, I'm so proud of Max. He came in and helped the team. Yeah, I am too. I know. I really do feel like a proud dad. Right? Like I've been like fighting everybody on Max Christie. I've just been like, you got to keep playing Max Christie. Everyone's like, Tyler, you're an idiot. And I'm just like, no, just wait. Right? My son is going to show you all. And then Max Christie balled out today. And I was like, that's right. Take it. Take it. That's right. Show him. Make me look good. I love when I'm right. Right? Because if he would have came out, look, let's be honest, everyone. If Max Christie played today and he was a bum, I would have been hearing it. We all know I would have been hearing it. Candy, you would have you guys would have been coming at me. All right, you and Andrew would have been, oh, see, Tyler, look. So, take that. But no, in all seriousness, it was great to see. In all seriousness, I am really glad that he actually played a real role. Seriously. Also, where is Andrew? Andrew's been real quiet, by the way. He's been talking all that mess to me about Max Christie. Let's see. They want Max Christie to be their Vandy in case they end up trading him. Yeah, I mean, look, he's defensively. I mean, Jared Vanderbilt is arguably, if not the best defensive player in the league, or perimeter defender. Correct. Let me rephrase it. Best perimeter defender, on-ball defender in the league. So I don't think Max Christie is going to necessarily be that, but I do think, like, if Max Christie can be just much better offensively, right? If he can give you like 11 a game and be at least above average defensively, I'd rather have that than like super elite defense, but like nothing offensively, right? It just depends. Gabe could be a fitness instructor. That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, at least Gabe did do something. We need the Clippers to win too. Yeah, what are the scores on? Yeah. So Detroit beat Toronto. Miami beat Indiana. Cleveland smacked. Dang, they scored 100. Dude, Cleveland. Can anybody beat Cleveland? Is Cleveland just going to go 82-0 this season? Is that what's about to happen? Houston smacked the Clippers, darn it. Pelicans beat the Nuggets, good. That's what we needed. And OKC beat Phoenix, good. So the teams in front of us, 2 out of the 3 lost. And then who's left? We need Memphis to somehow beat Golden State. Although I'd be okay with Memphis losing, right? Because they're like on our coattail. And then we need Minnesota to beat Sacramento. And we're good because they both be 7-6, so we'd be good. So yeah, getting there, inching there, little by little. Look, I said we'd be top 5 at worst, and I said we win 52 games. So I need the Lakers to keep making my Lakerdamus prediction correct. I was out there, I was channeling my inner Lakerdamus. Should have played Connect more. Yeah, I would have liked to see him get a little more opportunity, especially because he was cooking. Connect, but the problem is he still makes rookie mistakes, right? Like, example, that fast break. You got to get that to Austin Reeves. You got to make that pass, right? Even if you make that pass and Reeves botches it, right? Like, it's just like the little things. But again, it's okay. He's learning. He'll get there. But it's just, I would have liked to see Connect play a little more, maybe get a little more opportunity. But at the same time, I'm not like super upset about it. I mean, he played 26 minutes. He was good. When we needed a little offense, kind of, late third, fourth quarter, it would have been nice to kind of inject him and see if he could do something. So, but all in all, it's all right. Yes, Max Christie, gotta love it. I was never in the trade Max Christie sweepstakes, but the Levine trade, we'd be good because after 3 games, LeBron got lazy, didn't want to drive the lane yet. I don't know if he got lazy or he just, like I said, just was gassed or what. I don't know what it was, but not great, right? Not great. Let's see. You're not crazy. I for sure would play Max over Cardio Gabe. Yeah, Cardio Gabe. I love it. That's his name. Final admitted LeBron is the best player in the NBA anyway. Still a top 10 player, right? Like I said, LeBron's not above criticism. Like, I'll be the first person to criticize LeBron when it's warranted. I don't criticize him as much as, at time, like, you can make an argument I should, but it's also because he's in year 22 and he's age 40, right? Like, so I kind of factor that in. But like, this was something where it was just like, this was a game where if we lose, you look back at this and you go, LeBron, you cost us this game. Luckily, we won, so that's not a narrative. Max won't show up in the playoffs or in crunch time. I mean, he did this game. He was good this game. Crunch time. Playoffs, I mean, got to actually play in the playoffs to know one way or another. I'm going to watch the fight. I can't have both open at once on my phone. No worries. Hey, go handle your business. I appreciate you being in here. Max and Gabe defense was insane yet. Let's see. Fight still doesn't start. Yeah, doesn't it start at like 9? Isn't that what time it starts? I'll stick around, buddy, till it starts. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm only gonna go another like 30 minutes anyway, so I don't think it starts till like 8 or 9 anyway. Do you think the Cavs are on a fluke start? And what is the Cavs still in the playoffs? Do I think they're on a fluke start? Did I expect them to be, what are they now, like 13-0? No, right? But I did have them being a better team. They've been better than what I thought. I will admit that. So far, I've been wrong because they're 12-0. So like on As It Stands Sports, which is I talk about everyone else but the Lakers, because I have the Laker channels. But like one of the things that I talked about heavily was the Cavs, that I thought that they were that second tier in the East, right? I thought the Celtics and the Knicks. Celtics, obviously, you got to put above. But Celtics, Knicks, Sixers, depending on how they look healthy, right, could dictate where they land if they're in that first or second tier. But I had like the Cavs in that like second tier, that I thought the Cavs could be a team that, could be in the conference finals, maybe even make the NBA finals if they get a couple dominoes to fall their way. But if I'm being honest, I didn't think that they were this I didn't think they'd be this good. They've been fantastic. They've been very good. What would it take to trade for Robert Williams? So there was a proposed, I talked about it here on the channel. You can go check out the video if you want. There was a proposed trade going around. Basically be your 2 first, stuff like that. My problem with Robert Williams is like the guy only plays like 40 games a season. He's also not a real 7-footer. He's 6'9". So, like, do we really need a true 7-footer? And can he play more than 40 games? That's the question. But like, supposedly they want a first for him. So, let's see. I don't know why, but I think the Warriors are on a fluke start. Last year, they went 7-1, didn't make the playoffs. Lakers smoking them in December. I think the Lakers beat them too. I mean, look, they have a lot of just good talent. Not great, not elite, not anything. They're not winning a championship without another star, and they know that. That's why they're trying to push. That's why there's Jimmy Butler and Giannis and all these like big talks, right, about like going and getting that other star, because they're not going to win a championship with this. They're one of those just high octane offense, get a bunch of shots. In the regulars, like I can see the Warriors finishing like the 2 seed in the Western Conference, because their offense is going to be really good. If Steph plays enough games, they're going to be really good in the playoff or in the regular season. It's the playoffs when teams really start tightening up, close out harder on that 3-point shot. They start going up against bigger teams on a regular night, right? Like there's a lot of concerns that I have with the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors are a contender, right? Warrior fans might feel otherwise, right? And look, Dallas was just in the NBA Finals, so could the Warriors, right matchups, get hot? They've been one of the best defensive teams in the league, right? So could a couple things fall your way, and next thing you know, you're in the final? Sure. I don't buy them as a real contender, right? I look at them kind of like Dallas. Like, they could get there, right? But they're probably getting ran through by, the Knicks or the especially the Celtics. Like, I think the Celtics would run through them. Let's see. Yeah, right. He made his season debut today. Connect for a Rookie of the Year. I would love it. I'd love to see that. Will AD play back-to-back? Supposedly, AD and LeBron said that they'll play every game this season, or as many as they can. So I think so. I think they will. They need to. We kind of need to. We're playing the Pelicans. Pelicans are missing like their entire team, right? So like this is a game that I feel like I'd rather you put AD on minute restriction. Like, play AD 25 minutes, right? Like, I think you should be able to beat them. They don't have a center. Like, this should be a game where Anthony Davis has like 30 at halftime and you're up 20, and then just kind of like, just kind of coast the rest of the way. JJ for Coach of the Year. If Lakers end up finishing top 4 seed, I think JJ Redick will win Coach of the Year. Max needs his reps still, but he should easily play over Vincent. Yes, agreed. Good Sunday improvement. Yeah, we're still a ways away from that. I want to see Connect play so bad instead of Gabe. I feel that. I want to see anybody play over Gabe. I'd rather see you play over Gabe. Dalton is playing with confidence. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think is a better trade, Dennis and Cam, or just LaVine? I think I like the Dennis because of the way Dennis has been playing and help boost our perimeter defense, but LaVine scoring. So I would take Zach LaVine. Dennis has been playing ridiculous this season, right? But he's not going to play that way for the Lakers because his role is not going to be anywhere close to the same. Also, Dennis Schroeder has been just shooting well. Like, he hasn't really done that with the Lakers. Like, he's having the best season of his career, right? Like, is this just like a hot stretch, or is this like who he is? And if so, he should probably stay with Brooklyn because, right, they're letting him kind of play his game. My problem with Dennis is that he's going to come back to the Lakers and he's going to play a similar role to what we've seen him play the last 2 stints, and he's not going to be anywhere close to what he's been in Brooklyn, right? I do think he will probably be better just because of the offense we run, and with his quickness and speed, making a cut towards the basket, I do think that'll be great. But I like Dennis. Don't get me wrong. If we could get Dennis, I love Dennis. But supposedly we can get Ayo in the LaVine deal. I'd rather get LaVine and Ayo. Right, Cam Johnson, right? I like Cam Johnson. Gives you a 3-and-D, gives you a point guard, point of attack guard. Schroeder. If we had Brooklyn Schroeder with Austin Reeves, Cam Johnson, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, yes, I do believe that now we're going to enter. The way Schroeder's playing, I just don't believe that he'll play that way with the Lakers because he's just going to play a completely different role. You got to think, like, Brooklyn's not a great team, and Cam Thomas is like averaging 30. Like, it's just there's just circumstance, and they're in the Eastern Conference. Like, there's a lot to kind of looking at. Zach LaVine, you know what you're going to get regardless. And Zach LaVine would take so much pressure, especially games like today where LeBron just doesn't have it. Here you go, Zach. Go close this out, and he can do it. Right? I would prefer that. Yeah, needs to be KCP. Like, he will steal LeBron's shine. Let's see. Gave him Michael's secret stuff. Should the Lakers keep D'Lo for 6-man or trade him? Look, I've made an argument to keep D'Lo, right? If D'Lo continues to play well off the bench, right? So far, he's been good. He wasn't last game. Last game, he was terrible. But so far through 4 games, he had 1 dud and 3 very good games, right? if he can continue to play like this off the bench, I do think that there is a genuine argument to use the other guys, right? Like Rui, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, right? Like even Max Christie, if you absolutely have to, right? To go get upgrades at the three and maybe even starting point, right? Like if you can keep D'Lo and go get, you know, Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, and Bruce Brown, something like that, and then just keep D'Lo on the bench, I'd do that, right? Like go ahead and do that, right? Like if you can do something like that, then sure. Also, if if he does have his playoff issues, it's fine. You can just leave him on the bench, right? Like go with your other guys. So, yeah, I think there's an argument. Obviously, if a trade is there that makes sense, he's not like trade him, right? Like if you could like if a team is like, hey, we'll give you like and Cam Johnson, right? Let's say, argument sake, let's say they're like, hey, you have to give us D'Lo, or you can't have Cam Johnson, then buy D'Lo. Good luck to you. But if it's like one of those things where teams aren't really valuing D'Lo and he's continuing to play well as your sixth man, and you can kind of upgrade the starters in other ways, then fine, keep him. Wimby is such a lazy nickname. You're not wrong. I was laughing at us fans at home eating popcorn. I guarantee you, we are waiting on a vegan meal. It's impossible. Cavs, Cavs have been ridiculous. When do we play the Cavs again? I want to be the team that makes them lose first. I think it isn't. I think it's like middle of the season. I think like they'd have to be like 30-0 or something before we play them. But just the impact compared to Gabe is so obvious. Max Front and Wemby, and actually being athletic enough to get the steal. Yeah, look, I broke it down, right? Like Max Christie going into today's game, Max Christie played nearly 100 fewer minutes, had more points, almost triple the rebounds, had more assists, same number of steals, more blocks, had a better 3-point percentage and a better 2-point percentage, and yet still played in 100 fewer minutes. Like, there is literally nothing. And he has a better defensive rating. Gabe Vincent's defensive rating is worse than D'Angelo Russell's. Right? Like it's like there literally is no reason to play Gabe Vincent over Max Christie. And I've seen people be like, oh, well, it's to keep his trade value high. He's not gonna have, he could average 10, 10, and 10 the rest of the way, and he's still not gonna have trade value. Right? Teams aren't going to trade for Gabe Vincent because of his contract, not because of the player he is. Right? Teams will be looking at it like he's a veteran guy that can help us out, or a team like the Bucks might be like, we just need defense. We just need defense at the guard, so maybe he can kind of figure it out, right? But more so, it's going to be about his contract, right? A team like Portland, right? Like we could take D'Lo and Gabe Vincent. D'Lo falls off the books, and then we only are on the hook for $11 million for 1 year. Or we got to pay Jeremy Grant $35+ million for the next 3, right? Like that's how teams are going to look at Gabe Vincent. It's just it'll be a salary. It'll be the cut salary. Let's see. Cavs are on a Mickey Mouse run right now. They're not beating Boston. We should hope that they do though. Yeah. Look, look. They've been good. I mean, to go on to start the season 13-0 or whatever. Like anybody that does that, that's good. But again, I don't buy them as like a bona fide contender. However, maybe they are, right? Like they keep winning, they keep dominating. If Lakers bench can contribute to play like how they just did, we can be a scary team to face. I'm glad JJ believes the bench players, they're going to get better. Yeah. Everything works out. It's all about just instilling belief, playing the right way. You'll be all right. I still think D'Lo helps a ton, right? Because D'Lo at least can go get you double digits on most nights, right? So him by himself helps a ton. I'm hoping that whenever Christian Wood gets back in like February, it's looking like at this point, right? Like I'm hoping that he can kind of get into a rhythm. That would help tremendously. Right, like you're getting there. I think Levine would elevate this team's energy and complement D'Lo very well. Yeah, I am all for go get Levine. I hate saying it, but go get Levine. The only issue is, did a hypothetical trade for Levine and Vu, and we got to give up like 5 guys. And besides Rui and sometimes D'Lo, no one scores. But our bench would be nothing. It's like Dalton, Cam, Max, and that's really it. I mean, that's basically all our benches right now, anyway. Right? Like that's basically all it is. Like if you can get Io in the deal for Levine, I think it's a no-brainer. Right, because you wouldn't have to trade your pit first. At least I wouldn't trade my first, right? So it basically, like, you're not going to be able to get Vu and Levine, and also you don't really need that, right? To me, go get Io because you're going to end up trading D'Lo and Gabe Vincent. Go get Io, go get Levine, right? Now you have your assets. Now you have your picks. Now you can justify going and getting a Walker Kessler or something like that. You end up with Io, Levine, and Kessler. You're winning a championship. You're still going to be like 10 deep, right? Because like your starting 5 literally could be like Reeves. You go like Reeves. Yeah, go like, or even Io if you wanted to. But like you go Reeves, Levine, Vando, LeBron, 80 if Vando's healthy, right? And then you have like Io, Connect, Reddish, Christian Wood, Walker Kessler. You're fine. Go win a championship. I got us being a contender. If we get rid of Gabe, just processed by elimination. Please, Miami, LeBron, come back over you if only. Let's see. Who's those LeBron missed threes easily was killing us, but we won, so we can't say we lost because of that. Yeah, look, I said it earlier. This was one of those games where if you lose this game, you look back and go like, LeBron cost us that game. Cool painting behind you of the lady with hot chocolate. Yeah, a buddy of mine gave that to me. It's a flying saucer as a saucer, and then like a lady sipping tea. Yeah, one of my buddies was moving and was like, "Oh, do you want this?" And I was like, "Sure." And then fast forward, and I was like, I should make like a background when I'm doing videos. And I was like, oh, let me hand up this poster. I do. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's like colors pop. I think it's good background. Yeah. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. That would be fantastic. Go 2 for 2. We need a center of power forward. Yes. Is JJ Redick the next Pat Riley? I wouldn't go that far yet. A lot of people believe he is. Look, I was huge on JJ Redick, right? Like I was talking about JJ Redick before the Lakers even had interest in JJ Redick. I talked about JJ Redick, I believe, on a live stream when he interviewed for the Charlotte Hornets, and everyone was like, JJ Redick wants to be a coach, and I was like, we need to go call JJ Redick, right? Talk to JJ Redick. Right? So like I've been on the JJ wagon. I am the president of the fan club for JJ Redick. But you gotta win a couple championships if you're gonna be next Pat Riley. So trade Levine tonight. I can make the phone call, Rob, if you want. I would do it tonight if I was the GM. Well, you got the back-to-back tomorrow, right? So you got to at least get through the game tomorrow. But I would love to get something like that. Did you hear about Sham said about LeBron possibly retiring next year? Yeah, LeBron's not going to retire next year. LeBron will probably play at least 1, if not 2 more years. But yeah, I did see that. He's playing next year. He's not going to leave next year. Especially if they win the championship. Like I've seen a lot of people be like, well, if they win the championship, he'll probably retire. No, because if he wins the championship, he's 1 away from tying Jordan, right? So like if he can, he's going to go try to get that 6th, right? So we're probably another 2, maybe 3 years away from him leaving. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. 1 trade away from being a legitimate threat. Yeah, I mean, depending on what it is, yes. I think personally, I think we're like 2 quality pieces away. If we can get like 2 high-end, like starting level guys, I think we're were there. I was at the game. Nice. Hey, Andrew. I appreciate you being here. Nice. What a game. What a game to be at. Can people talk about matchups matter? Sometimes Max will play better. Sometimes Cam will play better, etc. Matchups matter. Yes. Matchups are very important. Very, very important. Can we give Tyler Gabe's contract? I would gladly take that. $11 million a year. I guarantee you I could do more than what Gabe Vincent's doing out there. And I'm a fat dad now, so like I guarantee I can get you at least a 3, because especially he's getting wide open looks. You give me enough wide open looks, I'll hit 1. As soon as we make a trade, I feel we go on a 5-game win streak. D'Lo to me just doesn't play winning basketball. Like he switches and it doesn't communicate, and his shot selection is terrible. Yeah, he does have his he does have his bad moments, that's for sure. 8-4, Tyler. Let's go, buddy. Yes, gotta love it. Marco, what's going on? Buck, what's going on, buddy? Which Laker is going to get us to dust off the pitchforks now that there is no ham to take aggro? I don't know. It depends on how the season shapes up, right? Like it depends on who's the scapegoat. Look, D'Lo will always be the default scapegoat, right? Like if I had to guess, like, I don't want to knock on wood, but if the ship starts going down, D'Lo's going to be the one everyone yells at. 4 straight triple double. Yet Braun went so hard on assists, he passed himself out of shooting rhythm in. Braun didn't want to shoot and disrupt the energy with a shot. It was tough. It was tough. Let's see. He was off and he knew it. Yeah, but still, you'd be aggressive in attacking the basket. I'm glad he wasn't just shot chucking threes, but at least put your head down and get to the basket. If you could trade for PG-13, would you? The 76ers just went 2-10. Personally, no. He's just not reliable, right? And he's making a max contract, making too much money. Look, Paul George is still one of the best two-way guys in the league, but you don't know when he's going to show up, when he's not. And in the playoffs, you don't know what Paul George are going to get, right? Like he'll have a game where Paul George will have a game in the playoffs where he by himself goes and wins you that game. And then he'll have like 3 of them where he by himself will lose you those games. Braun got rookies playing like all-stars. Them boys even doing look-away passes. Rob Pelinka, yeah. Something special about this year for the Lakers, man. Yeah, again, you'd be surprised what good coaching can do, right? Good coaching can go a long way. Like I said, coaching is not the be-all, end-all. The players still have to show up and play. Now, like I even defended Darvin Ham last year at times, right? Like, hey, the players aren't showing up. Like people were like, oh, Darvin Ham's trash. Like, yes, but players also aren't doing their job, right? Like, as long as players are doing the job, we've seen them not do their job on a couple occasions this season. And it's just like, if you play the right way, at least give yourself a shot every night to win. All you got to do is defend and hit the 3. Warriors getting off to a hot start has been a normal thing the past 2 or 3 years. They ain't contending with just Draymond and Curry. I agree. They need another star. Yes, we played a tough game, won it, chef kiss. Yeah, exactly, Cosmo. Right? You need to win the tight games. You need to win the tough games. Tough games are how you build character and how you prepare yourself for the playoffs, right? You win the tight games. You're going to have those in the playoffs. You need to be able to close down the stretch. You need to be able to win on the road, and you need to be able to close and win on the road. Lake show or no show. 3-point shot was very clutch. Once we show up to play ball, it's over the effect. Difference between Dennis, Cam versus Levine is also the cost. Nets will want a lot more, at least up until the last day of the trade deadline, maybe. Yeah, that's a good point, too. I was just trying to look at it just from a basketball standpoint, but yeah, you're not wrong in that regard. Levine is practically the only decent trade where the Lakers have any leverage to unload contracts like Gabe BFX. Spot on, Chris. Sexton Kessler for D'Lo, Jalen Hood, Shafino, 2 picks, please. I wouldn't trade both picks. I don't think Sexton and Kessler is enough, makes us a contender. I think it makes us better, but I don't think it makes us a contender. Right? Like, you gotta look at it. Like if you add Kessler to this roster by itself right now, right? Are we a championship team? I don't think so. I think we're better. I think we move closer, but I don't think we're a championship team. Most likely trade you see the Lakers make. I hope it's not Jeremy Grant. He gives you the same thing Rui is giving, but he is on Portland. Most likely trade deadline. I think multiple. I think we make multiple. I think we make multiple trades too. Like if I had to like put money on a trade that I am like incredibly confident to happen, it is probably Giannis Valanciunas. I think Valanciunas will be a Laker at some point this season if we can't get Kessler, right? Like if we can't figure out how to get Kessler without having to give up both first, I think we get Valanciunas. I also think Valanciunas could also help you get Kessler, right? Because right now Valanciunas isn't trade eligible until December 15th. Once he becomes trade eligible, now if you're the Lakers, you can go to Utah and be like, hey, take the first, or we're going to go get Valanciunas, and then you can figure out whatever you want with Kessler. You know, if you trade him to another team, good luck to you, right? Like, that's kind of my leverage choice. If I had to, which trade do I think is most likely to happen? It's Valanciunas. I could genuinely see Zach LaVine. Like, I really do. And I don't think it's just, like, my bias because I'm a big Zach LaVine guy on the team. I just think it's the one trade, you know, like Chris was saying earlier. Like, you don't have to give up all your assets, and the Lakers have the most leverage in that trade. Zach LaVine isn't going anywhere. Like, people are like, oh, go trade for Zach LaVine right now. Like, no, first you want to make sure he stays healthy. And two, he's not going anywhere, so you can be patient and see, right? Because, like, as much as I like Zach LaVine, if you could get, like, a Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, and Walker Kessler, I think that makes you better than just like Zach LaVine, right? Like, I just think that you got to remain patient. You got to stay patient throughout this process. Gabe makes more than Vando. Yeah, you're not wrong. Only reason I feel Gabe plays is because he makes $11 million. Everyone on the team got benched because of poor play, but Gabe, yeah, it's kind of what it is. Get up at 3:40 a.m. tomorrow to get to Irvine at 6 for an event. Yeah, luckily this was. Yeah, you lucked out. Does Nick Richard 2.4 blocks instead of Kessler work as well, or do you think Kessler is a necessity along with LaVine and Io? How much is that? What? Because Richard's making $5 million. You got Io 7, LaVine 43. So you're talking 50. You got to send out 50 million plus 50, let's call it 55. But you also got to fill out the roster, so you're probably looking close to 60 million. They'd have to send out for Kessler, LaVine, and Richards. Because you got to keep in mind, Kessler, you only like Jalen Utrofino gets you Kessler, right? As far as like salary wise goes. So Kessler doesn't require other pieces. Nick Richards would require other pieces. It's not that the Lakers can't make that trade, right? Because the $2 million isn't really the difference. Like, Lakers could do it. Issue is, can you do it and still fill out the roster, right? So you're talking, like I said, you'd have to send out 60 million. So D'Lo and Rui get you to what, 35, right? And then Gabe Vincent gets you to 46. You'd have to trade Vando at that point. That gets you to 56. And then, so that's enough so those four get you Richards, Io, and LaVine. No, I guess technically, no. Yeah, because Lakers have 15 guys. Right? My math's right? LaVine, 43. So you're talking 50 million between Io and LaVine. Add Nick Richards is 55 million. So, yeah. No, technically, yeah. Technically, you could do that. Right? Because, like I said, D'Lo is 18.6 plus Rui is 17. So let's just call it 35. The 0.6 is relevant for clearing space. And then Gabe Vincent puts you at 46, and then Vando puts you at 56. So, yeah, you're there. So, yeah, you could do that. And then you'd still be fine because you're sending out 4 guys for 3. If you wanted to, you could even just add in a Jalen Utrofino to bring in like a Quincy or something like that if you needed to. So, yeah, you could do that. I wouldn't be against that. Isn't Nick Richards injured right now, though? Right? Didn't he hurt himself? What's going on, 81? Appreciate you. Make a damn trade, Rob. Yeah, hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. I would love a trade after tomorrow's game. I would love a trade after tomorrow's game also. I have a video scheduled. That video for the morning, I already recorded it and scheduled it. And did I schedule that one for tomorrow morning, or is it? No, I did the LeBron video in the morning. But I have a video scheduled for so reports came out Lakers are likely not going to make a trade till closer to the trade deadline. That'll probably won't be till January or February. Now, obviously, if something opens up, then they'll make the move. But supposedly, Lakers are going to remain. Lakers aren't going to rush a trade. They're going to remain patient. They're going to take their time. Why delusional people still have hope in this bum? D'Lo doesn't show up in the playoffs and still getting cooked defensively. Very inconsistent. Y'all impressed with D'Lo and defending him. No, I mean, look, the guy, regular season is fine. You got to get through the regular season and get into the playoffs. D'Angelo Russell's, I will be shocked, and I've said this numerous times, I will be shocked if he's on the Lakers by the trade deadline. They're going to trade him if they can. Right? They're not going to want to run the risk of him leaving. But go trade for Embiid, if only. You get MVP P or you get backboard P. No in between the FX. Exactly. It's literally one or the other. He's either just like single-handedly goes and wins you a game, or he's just like a total scrub. If we trade for PG-13, it's going to be like the Russell Westbrook span. I wouldn't be like that because Paul George can shoot and do other things. But Westbrook, like a lot of people look at Westbrook because of his contract. It was like if Westbrook worked fine, it wouldn't have been it wouldn't have mattered. It was his contract plus his lack of fit alongside the Lakers, right? If Russell Westbrook was great, then the Lakers would have been fine. But it wasn't. Like his contract got amplified because of how bad he was, right? Like, again, like Zach LaVine. If Zach LaVine is great and the Lakers win a championship, are people going to be like, we're paying him $43 million? No, no one's going to care. Everyone's going to be like, good, go win again. I still want Damian Lillard. Personally, I want to stay as far away from Damian Lillard as possible. I'd rather have LaVine than Damian Lillard. LaVine is cheaper, 1. 2, he's bigger, better defensively. 3, is going to give you the same level of offensive production because, like, Dame, yes, he's a better shooter, scorer. Like, Dame, offensively, when he's cooking, he's cooking. But LaVine isn't that far off at this stage of their careers. But also, LaVine, you don't have to trade everything. Let's see. I can see LaVine because you wouldn't have to give up a first-round pick for and can literally give them a pick swap for IO. Yeah. Agreed. However, I still want Kyrie, bro. Do you think they could split up him and Luka? I still want Kyrie too. Yes. Is it possible? Yes. Because look, Lakers could technically, if they just stood pat, I'm pretty sure Lakers could, because LeBron, you got to remember, LeBron could take whatever he wants. Lakers could technically go get Kyrie Irving because Kyrie Irving's not going to require a max. So Kyrie Irving, say $30 million, right? Like Lakers could just sign him in the offseason if they wanted to. Because you'd have like D'Lo, all your vet minimums off. You may have to like clear Gabe Vincent or something like that, but just attach a first. He'll be an expiring contract. A team will take him, and you get Kyrie Irving for essentially a first, right? Like, so I'm still holding out hope for Kyrie. Obviously, I don't want to wait for Kyrie because we've been burned several times already. But I'm not gonna lie, like if it's an option, then yeah. I could see them maybe looking to trade him just to get something. Like if they continue to be terrible, then yeah. Rui to Golden State. Golden State could use Rui. I actually think he could be good in Golden State. We need Zach LaVine, but I don't think we can get him. We can absolutely get him. That's the easy part. Getting him is the they just want to get rid of him. Like they just want to get off of his contract. Right? Like it's just it's a risk. And you got to make sure, right? You got to be patient. You got to see what else there is. Let's see. This is Gilbert in Savannah, Georgia. Shout out to Savannah, Georgia. What's up, Gilbert? Why not sign Dwight Howard and trades, et cetera, et cetera? Because we don't have a roster spot. Can't sign Dwight Howard right now. Also, chances are if you pull off a trade, you're probably getting a center in the deal, so then you wouldn't need Dwight Howard. But if for whatever reason, like worst case scenario, sure. But also you got to keep in mind Dwight Howard hasn't played in 2 years, and he was just on like Dancing with the Stars. Is he even NBA ready yet? That's the question. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna do a handful more questions, and I'm gonna get on out of here, so I can finish up some work. Oh, look, I'm already at the end. Perfect. So here, I'll power through these. Dame will basically destroy defense. Yeah, I said this before. If you were going to get Dame, because I did a video on Dame, because there was like, little rumors or whatever about Dame. If you go get Dame, you essentially need a healthy Jared Vanderbilt, and you might as well just start Max or Cam Reddish and Jared Vanderbilt, right? You might as well start both of them and pray for the best, especially if Chicago's giving us first two. No reason as to why. Just want to see him and Golden State. Also missed the game. Did we play well and win, or did we play bad and win? No, it was good. We started off to a bad start. This was a good team win. LeBron, yeah, he had a triple double, but like he didn't really have the lift this game. So it really was a collective win. It was really a team win. So it was a good game. If we can get Levine, we could also get a pick along with that. And Chicago was giving first round picks to get rid of his huge contract. Yep, that would be sweet. Going to Lakers Jazz game on Tuesday. Awesome, Jalen. Awesome. Enjoy and be safe. Fight actually about to start soon. Yeah, I'm gonna skid on out of here in this moment. And with that Chicago pick, we could get another player. I mean, look, if Chicago would give us a pick, I'd rather have a pick than Io. But from Chicago reporters, they said that those reports were inaccurate. They're not going to give up a first for Levine. That they'd rather keep Levine. But supposedly they're willing to give up Io. Give me Io. I mean, worst case, you could probably flip Io into assets if you needed to. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. Seriously, you guys are awesome. On your way out, please take a second, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Are the other reports about Io credible? I'll answer this real quick because it is important. So, yes, it came out of Chicago. Chicago reports were the original reports. What's the guy's name? It's darn it. I'm trying to remember the guy's name off the top of my head. Is it Jim Cali? I think it's Jim Cali is his name. He's like a Chicago guy. So yeah, supposedly that's the case. That they'd be interested, that they're not against, like they're not going to do it just to do it, right? Like you'd have to push for it. But if push came to shove, they would move off of Io to get off of Levine. But anyway, again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the way out. You guys are beautiful. Let's get back at it again tomorrow. Let's get that win, move to 9-4, and then move to 10-4 against Utah, and then we're in that Orlando game. So let's get it. But I appreciate you guys, and I will see you all in the next one.